guess your parents thought you guys weren't sick fucks, but
I'm trying to find a way around it. Girl, tell me how you feel about it. You still love me, that's the way it sounded. Thank God I would've never found.
Hey Bougie and Shooter, hope you are doing well. I love y'all loads and sorry for the length of this. So I'm finally a senior in high school and really excited to graduate and move on from the same old. Recently, I've been in my feelings over losing my virginity. See? I know that you have a stance of staying a virgin for as long as possible, but it makes me upset to think that I would be saving myself for a future husband, but he wouldn't have been saving that for me. But you can find guys that are virgins too and that are saving themselves for marriage. They exist. Don't think that they don't exist, because they do. There's nothing more I want than to have a great relationship with someone and to really connect and share my life with someone. But all of my previous relationships ended because I wasn't ready to lose my virginity. Every last one. Them niggas ain't shit. It makes me scared to date. And I know I'm about to head off to college and meet so many new people. But I don't want to have a repeat of my last relationships. I don't want to have a short-term relationship that ends in me getting split on because I'm not ready to have sex. Don't get me wrong, I have high standards for the guys I involve myself with. I'm too damn smart to be with some bum-ass nigga that is gonna ride my coattail. No ma'am. Confidence has never been an issue for me, but recently being a virgin has become a weakness for me. When my best friend lost hers, I ended up getting mad and blowing up on her. Aww. That actually just made me want to cry. I felt left behind. And of course, in the generation of Instagram hoes and over-sexualized TV, I feel like the odd one out. I swear, I promise I did not read this email before the last email. Like, everything I'm saying or everything I just said is what this email says. But let me continue. The society we live in has made me feel like a walking diamond in a way. LOL. Like, the idea of giving it away to a man who isn't also a virgin makes me cringe. Something about that isn't right to me. Am I just thinking too far into that? Is that so unlikely I need to let it go? Hopefully you can see my predicament here. A few words of encouragement would really make my day. There are fewer male virgins than female. Well, I don't know if that's a real statistic, but we're gonna say it is, because guys are more likely to lose their virginity before females do, because of how society has made it so that women are held to this standard where they should be virgins until they're married and blah, blah, blah. Well, that's not just society. That's religion. That's everything, everywhere. But now everything is over-sexualized and it's really not fair. And I know I'm like pro-virginity on my channel. Like, I encourage you guys to keep it for as long as humanly possible. And I completely agree with you that you should be losing your virginity to somebody who's just as inexperienced as you. I didn't get that luxury. I lost my virginity to somebody that had already had sex with a female. He only had sex with one girl. Maybe, I don't think two. He had sex with one girl that had already had sex with 5 guys. And then I was a virgin and I lost my virginity to him. Honestly, it would have been awesome to have lost my virginity to somebody else who was a virgin, but it didn't go like that. And it's probably not going to go like that for you either, unless you date online and find a virgin man, or find somebody that's in person that's honest and says, yeah, I'm a virgin. Some people, some guys may lie to you. And the thing is, you don't really know if people are virgins or not. You can lie and say you're a virgin when you're not. Like, guys can do it, girls can do it. Nobody would ever know unless for some reason when you go to have sex your vagina is wider than wide. Like, there's the only way somebody would know if you're not a virgin, and that might not even be the case because your vagina expands based on how stimulated and turned on you are. So realistically, I just dropped the Adam and Eve haul. Get a toy, first of all. Secondly, don't worry your pretty little head about this irrelevant ass topic. Just let yourself be free and it'll go where it needs to go. Like, you're going off to college, You probably are going to meet a guy there, and when it's time to lose your virginity, you'll lose it. I think once you're in college, the pressure is definitely on, and it's really hurtful and it's not fair. Like, it upsets me that your relationships are ending because you're not ready to have sex. That's how you know that it's good that you didn't have sex with those people, because the relationship would have probably ended regardless, and then you would have been even more upset if you had sex with this person. Whether your relationship lasted a week, a month, or 2 years, you still would have been having sex with them for your relationship to end. Obviously, you're looking for longevity. Obviously, you want to give your virginity to somebody that deserves to take it, or that you want to give it to. I don't want to say take it, because taking sounds kind of, But all those men that have caused your relationship to end because you decided you weren't ready for sex, those are clearly not people that you should have given your virginity to, because any man that's not willing to wait for his girls to be ready, like, that speaks volumes. That speaks volumes on their character, on what kind of people they are, what kind of person they are. In actuality, you should be thanking them for being so shallow that they would not wait for you. And I get it, they can't wait forever, but like, you have a hand, my nigga, you can jerk off and wait. Like, you know what I mean? When I first started high school, I had this thing where I was going to be a virgin until I was married, I didn't really expect to get a boyfriend in high school. I really didn't. And so it was weird, because I always had a boyfriend in like elementary school, but like whatever. I went in with the mindset that I would keep my virginity until marriage, just because of how I was raised, and just because there's two things that I wanted to be able to present to God when I died and went to heaven, okay? Because I knew that I wasn't the most, ideal model citizen. But if it got to the point where I died and I went to heaven and I meet God at the pearly gates and he says, why should I let you in? I was going to have two answers ready for him. I'm still a virgin. I kept my virginity. And I don't eat pork. Those were the two things that I had planned to tell God. Now it's just I don't eat pork. But I really wanted to keep my virginity until I died. Well, not until I died. Oh my gosh. I wanted to keep my virginity until I got to heaven. What am I saying? Why am I saying death? I wanted to keep my virginity until I got married. I remember telling guys that I would talk to that I am not ready for sex, and I don't know when I'll be ready for sex, and if you can't handle that, then you should just go now. And there's some guys that are willing to wait, and there's some guys that aren't. Some guys want your pussy so bad that they are willing to wait. I used to tell my friends, like, well, I'm not having sex with any guys, so if they need to go and get their rocks off somewhere else, they can, because I'm not going to be doing it for them. That's what I used to say. I used to be like, yeah, I will let my boyfriend, if I'm a virgin, I would let my boyfriend go and fuck somebody else in the meantime, because I ain't about to be fucking him or sucking his dick. So it is what it is. And I didn't have a boyfriend at the time. I was just saying that, and a part of me really meant that, and I kind of wish I fucking kept that, because when I was 16 and lost my virginity, I probably wouldn't have lost my virginity, because I would have been like, go fuck somebody else, nigga. You deserve somebody that's going to have the same values as you, and that's going to value you as a person and as a woman. People get mad when you say that you have more respect for women that are virgins because rate-tay, but it is what it is. Like, I'm not a virgin, and I would still, it's not about respecting people that are virgins more than respecting people that aren't virgins. It has nothing to do with that. It's just that when you're young, I respect you for not falling into that category and into that trap when everybody else, like you just said, your best friend lost her virginity and you kind of felt left in the dust. Well, I commend you for sticking through that, because it is hard when you see everybody else doing something, everybody else is having fun, and you're not having fun. It's hard to witness that, and so I totally get why you would feel left in the dust. But it's funny that you messaged me, because I got a DM the other day and I was so proud after I read her DM. She said, "Kay, so I know this is random and everything, but I watched your losing my virginity video on YouTube, and may I say you are literally me. Like, I'm 16 now and I've been dealing with this guy for about 3 months, and I felt like I was ready. We planned it out and we were gonna do it this week. But because I watched your video, I thought about it even harder. Even though I don't know you, I felt like I was listening to a sister or something. You really opened my eyes and gave me a reality check." And I just wanted to say thank you for that, because I don't have anyone to seriously talk to about the issue of sex. My mom's Jamaican too, and the most she'll say is, "Don't have sex because you will get pregnant, and I'm not taking care of no baby for you." So yeah, I'm sorry, but I just felt like telling you this. Thank you. There's other girls going through what you're going through. Don't ever feel like you're alone. You may not know them, but trust me, some girl somewhere, some boy somewhere is going through your exact same situation. So don't feel alone and lost, and like, because everybody else is doing it, you don't have to do it. You're awesome, okay? Major help alert. So my name is Sam, and I have recently started seeing an older man. I'm 20, he's 32. That is 12 years, okay? 12. He invites me to his place and takes me out. Sounds like a damn sugar daddy, but but goes out of town for work. Since I've been cheated on, I feel like it's sus, but I ask him, he says no, and sends me pic of people he's with. I'm not sure what I should do, because he wants me to spend a weekend at his apartment with him after my 21st birthday. I don't know if I should be happy that he's faithful and let things flow. Another thing, he's very supportive of me following my dreams. He's taking me to military recruiter and to meet his family after it is too soon. It's only been a month. Also, he is a official guy. Like, he works for state, and he has a couple of houses. So I don't know if I should just let him pamper me, or what does he want from this? And how old do you think is too old? We have the same mindset in music and stuff, but he's already been in college, got a job, his house, a car. So I don't know if I should let it grow, or what. Totally not sure to do. Or what? Girl, you gotta use punctuation. That's what you need to do. Totally not sure. Also, if he wants to have sex, what if his dick is too big or too small? Because he's 32, handsome, and he has no wife or kids. Isn't that sus or no? Love you lot. XOXO Sam. Okay, Sammy boo-boo. The age thing is kind of hard to deal with. You're in your prime, or about to enter your prime. At 20, I definitely would not see myself dating an older guy, not that old at least, because 12 years is a big age difference. Think about it. When you were born, he was in the 6th grade already. Like, that is insane. And he does have quite a few years on you, but some girls like older men, and you could possibly be one of those girls. But to me, this does sound sugar daddy-ish, I'm not gonna lie, but obviously you're not a sugar baby. It concerns me that he's interested in somebody that is 12 years younger than him, because all that says to me is, like, either he can't find a woman that's appropriate for him. Like, 5 years, if you were 5 years older, I would say, and he was 32, I would say not a big deal. But being that you just turned 20, like, you're fresh out of high school, I just feel it's inappropriate in a sense. Just because if you met him 3 years earlier, you would have been in high school, and he would have been like almost 30. So it's kind of crazy to me that he's interested in somebody that's so young. It is suspect. He doesn't have kids, so he says. He doesn't have a wife, so he says, and he's always going out of town. So there is a lot of things to raise your brows at. And the fact that he is so willing to show you who he's with also is suspect. I feel, I don't know why, but I just feel like anybody that's quick to, like, prove something, like, I don't know. I just feel like he's too on point with his shit. Like, he's too on point. It seems like he has it all figured out. But yeah, I just feel like at your age, there's probably a lot of things you want to do. And at his age, he's probably looking for something to settle down with. If you do decide to remain in a relationship with him that is not open for you to date other people, you may regret it in the future unless you fall madly in love with him and want to spend the rest of your life with him. But like, for somebody that's fresh, a fresh 20, you don't want to be with somebody that's way older than you, because he's grown. Like, he is, say you guys end up together and then you turn 25 and you want to have a kid. 5 years from now, he's going to be 37. You're going to be 25. You're going to be on your first child, and he's going to be slowly getting very old, okay? I don't know. There's a lot of different angles to look at this from, and it is a little bit concerning, but it's your life. Like, if this is what you want, it's what you want, but you do need to think about that. Like, if you haven't gone to school yet, you might go to college and meet somebody that's age appropriate for you, and then you're not going to know what to do with this relationship. I feel like he may want too much from you because he's older, so you need to really like ease down and see what he wants. You have to ask him and have that conversation with him to see exactly what he wants from you. Because if it's just casual, and then cool, you know, let him be your sugar daddy. But if it's not casual and he wants to settle with you, like, or settle down with you, then you might not want to do that at this age, or not make that decision so early on in your life. Because a lot of the times when young women get with older men, they lose their sense of independence. And I think it's really important to keep your sense of independence. Like, as much as I'm a princess, I still have to be the queen. Like, I still have to take care of myself, even though I want my man to take care of me. So there's certain things that I'm like super princess about, and there's other things where I'm like, I got this. Like, don't you worry, like, I can handle this, you know? So you have to be able to wear both hats. You can't just be a princess all the time. And so he may want that for you. And when you do get with older men, they can be controlling. Like you said, he wants you to spend time at his house and blah, blah, blah. That is just the tip of the iceberg. It may get to a point where he wants you to be he wants to take over everything, and he wants you to be a stay-at-home mom and take care of the kids, and then you don't get to have a career or anything like that. And he takes care of everything and pays all the bills, and it becomes sort of abusive in a sense, because you don't have a say anymore and you don't have a voice, and if you do speak up, you get shut down. And so, yeah, I think you just need to watch your back, analyze the situation, and ask him exactly what he wants from you, because you are still so young and you don't know if you can give him what he wants. Because at the end of the day, you're still a young lady. You're not fully a woman yet. You don't know responsibilities. And before you settle down, you definitely need to know responsibilities. So you very well might not be able to give him what he needs from you. This one seems like it might be fake, and I'm going to be very annoyed if it is, but I'm going to read it anyway. Hi, Bo. I would like to stay anonymous if that's okay. Okay, so my parents split up when I was 13. When I turned 16, my mom remarried a white guy named Tom. Tom had a son named Grayson that was 17. There was already this instant connection between us. He had this group of friends and I had mine. We never really spoke the first few months of the marriage. We kind of just did our own thing. Grayson would get away with a lot. And at first I was confused, but I guess it's a white people thing, LOL. Anyways, after a year of being a family, my mom and stepdad decided to take a trip to New York for their anniversary. My mom was hesitant about leaving us alone, but eventually she gave in. After they left, Grayson invited a bunch of his guy friends over while I stayed cooped up in my room. I'm pretty antisocial. Around 3 a.m., Grayson barged into my room. By this time, everyone had left. I was sitting on my bed watching Netflix. I pulled out my earbuds and stared at him. From just looking at him, I could tell he was drunk. 17. He told me he was bored, so he sat on my bed next to me and we just continued talking. He offered me some alcohol, but I politely declined. Eventually, I gave in and got drunk. I'm such a lightweight. I learned a lot about Grayson that I didn't know before, and I was happy that our relationship got stronger. But one thing led to another, and we ended up having sex. When I woke up the next morning, I felt guilty for what I had done, but that didn't stop me. We had sex multiple times after that. Recently, I've missed my period and I've been getting really nauseous and I'm pretty sure I'm pregnant. I haven't told anyone and I'm really scared of what the outcome will be. Grayson is going off to college and I still have to stay here another year. If I am pregnant, then I have already made up my mind to keep the baby because I am against abortion. But I just don't know what Grayson and my parents will think. Should I lie and say it's someone else's baby? I really do have a feeling. I really do have feelings for Grayson. I know it's wrong, but I do. I am so lost. Please help me. Sorry for the long email. I don't know if I believe this story. Because a lot of people do just email me some fucking bullshit. I mean, the details are cool. It doesn't seem 100% fake, but it's like a movie kind of thing. So I'm like, But I don't know what to tell you. This happened while she was, well, I guess right now, but 17 and 18. This is like Cruel Intentions. I don't know if you guys know that movie, but like it's weird because I mean you guys are stepbrother and sister. However, I feel like your parents were idiots because who would leave a 16 and a 17 boy and girl stepsister or not? You guys have no real relationship. Like you guys are not related by blood. Like you guys are not biological brother and sister. So for your parents to even leave you, I guess your parents thought you guys weren't sick fucks, but you don't leave a 17-year-old boy and a 16-year-old girl home alone that don't really, you know each other and are forced into this new situation. You also don't expect them to have sex with each other. You're against abortion. But how fucked up would that be if your stepbrother is your baby daddy? Like, that's kind of crazy. There's lots of situations out there like that, though, where stepbrothers and sisters, like, outside of the parents' house do, like, as adults do get together, which isn't really normal. But it just depends on when the parents got together and how long they've been together for. But like there's nothing I can tell you. You're gonna start showing eventually, so you might as well tell your parents. They're gonna be fucked up about this one because this is some bullshit. If I ever heard some bullshit, this is it right here. So they're gonna tell you, like, I don't know what they're gonna say to you, what they're gonna do about it. I'm against abortion too, so there's like, I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, you have to abort that baby. It's wrong. He's not related to you by blood, so it's not like your baby's gonna come out deformed or anything like that. It's just a little weird, and you may have a very rocky relationship. Why weren't you guys using protection? This is fucked up. You may have a very rocky relationship with your stepbrother baby daddy. Like, this is worse than Black China, Kylie, Rob, and Tyga. Very, very, this is bad and weirder than that. Yeah, I think you're gonna have to tell them anyway, especially if you have decided already that you're keeping the baby. You're gonna have to tell them, so you might as well. I mean, you could pretend it's somebody else's, but there's no point in doing that either, because then it's just like you're actually gonna have to raise the kid as a single parent when you shouldn't have to. Don't let him get off easy just because the situation's really embarrassing. Either way, you guys decided to fucking make your beds and now you gotta lay in it. Well, you already laid in it and you fucked up the sheets and now you're pregnant. So I don't even have advice for you. I don't even know. Hi Bo, I'm gonna get right into it. Okay, so basically I'm currently dealing with this guy. Let's name him Tower. I've been on and off with Tower for about 2 years. I know that's fuckery, but I'm in the but I love him phase. I'll get over it one day. Our relationship has always been super rocky, yet we always find our way back to each other. Like right now, we're currently off and just engaging in convo every day with a lot of flirting. I feel like we're on our way back to being on again because this is how it begins. So today, this guy that I've known for about 6 years hits me up. He's always wanted to have sex with me, but I've never let him. But today, I don't know what possessed me to do it, but I did. Now, I really think I should tell Tower what I did, because if the roles were reversed, I want to know and I'd be hurt. I feel mad grimy even though Tower and I aren't together. Do you think Tower deserves to know? If so, how should I tell him? What's your opinion on the whole situation? Don't hold back. Much love. I don't think Tower needs to know anything. Like, guys do this shit all the time and don't tell us, so why the fuck should you tell him anything? Like, you guys aren't together. And I don't think that you guys are going to be together. So, my advice to you is to keep doing what you're doing. However, this whole on again, off again thing, not gonna work. Very unhealthy, very unstable, and you're just training yourself to, like, I feel like all the girls that I know that have been in on again, off again relationships always end up in on again, off again relationships. They can never find somebody to settle down with. And I'm just like, how do you find these niggas? Like, where are they coming from? And why are you so comfortable with somebody that's not willing to commit? How are you not willing to commit? I don't get on again, off again. It's either we on or we off. There's no in between, and on again, off again is in between. On again, off again is not a real relationship. It's much like Sammy and Ronnie from motherfucking Jersey Shore. They were so unstable, it was not funny. And you'll really drive yourself crazy being in relationships like that. So you need to back off from him and don't do the flirting thing, because the reason that you're in the "but I love him" bullshit phase is because you're not letting yourself let go. And by talking to him every day and pursuing this on again, off again relationship and having hope that you guys will end up back together or back to the on stage, you're setting yourself up for failure and heartbreak and frustration and tears and just foolishness. Like, it's such a waste. Like, I honestly get so irritated by girls that put themselves through this, because I'm just like, there's so many fish in the sea. You know this because you just fucked one. Like, there's no need for you to be holding on to this relationship that is not sticking. If your relationship is not sticking, there's a reason for that. It's not meant to be, so you need to let it go. Leave Tower's ass alone. Let Tower be a tower, okay? Let him be a skyscraper. You just let him go. Hey Bo, I really need your advice. I want to stay anonymous if that's okay. My current boyfriend and I have been together for 3 years. I love him. I honestly feel like he is the love of my life, even though I'm only 18 and he is 19. We kind of been going through a rocky patch because of sex. It's not that I don't want to, it's just that I'm scared. I'm not a virgin, but my first time was with him, so he knows me and how I'm a little insecure about my body. I'm a plus size girl, so I don't show it off like that. After we first had sex, we started having sex on a regular basis, and I found out after 3 months from the first time I was late, but it was just a scare. But during that time when I thought I might be pregnant, he was really there for me, very supportive, and he told me whatever decision I make that he would support me and stand by me. And I knew that he was the one, because he wasn't going to run away, and he really loved me and showed it to me. After the scare, we stopped having sex for about 2 months, and then we started back up again. And everything was fine until we got our 2nd year anniversary. And my birthday, I started feeling really sick, and I just kept throwing up and being nauseous. And so just to be safe, we took a pregnancy test, and I found out I was pregnant. I was really scared. I didn't know what to do, so it took me about 3 weeks until I finally told him. When I did, he was still supportive as he was the first time, and I told my parents, and they were disappointed as you would expect. But they said they would be here for whatever decision I made, so I decided I was going to keep the baby because I didn't want to end anyone's life. After about 2 months, I suffered a miscarriage, and it really took a tremendous strain on the relationship between me and my boyfriend, so we took a break. After we realized that we couldn't stand to be apart, we got back together. Now it has been a year since our break and everything that has happened, and he's ready to have sex. Honestly, I'm just scared because my heart can't take another scare or miscarriage. He tells me all the time I'm going to be his wife and we're going to have babies together. I don't know. I'm just making a big deal out of this, or should I just wait a little longer? Thanks for your response, and I love you so much. Okay, love you too. The answer here is very simple. Protect yourself so that you guys can have as much sex as you want and that you won't get pregnant and that you won't suffer another miscarriage or another scare. If you guys are using protection, if you are taking birth control, if spermicide, like if you are doing all those things, then you'll be okay to have sex as much as you want, because at this point you can't really control whether or not you get pregnant if you are not taking preventative measures. So if you don't want to have another miscarriage again, or if you are scared to get pregnant because you don't want to go through that trauma again, then you really need to protect yourself. That's the only way. And you know what? Celibacy is key. Abstinence is key. If you're not ready for babies, you really should not be having sex. Like, okay, I'm gonna do this last one and I'm going to my bed. It's 5:29 a.m. Hey Bo, I'm 18, Christian, and a proud virgin. I've been dating this guy for 11 months and I think we're about to have sex, lol. I'm currently in college, an hour away from him, and now that I have my own apartment, he said that he will, in 2 weeks, take off work for me and spend the weekend over here since we haven't seen each other for a long time. Because I am a Christian, I thought I was going to wait until marriage to have sex, but my mindset has really changed. Although I want to have sex with him, I don't want to have sex with someone I'm not going to marry. Yeah, I'm old-fashioned. Even though I love him, I'm still nervous, 11 months is not that long of a time for me. I'm definitely attached to him and know that he really respects me and would be patient if I said no, but I don't know, Bo. The first person I want to have sex with, I want to be my husband. I want him to be my first time. I'm just worried I'll regret it. Even though I don't think I will because I really want to, lol. So should I have sex? If so, any advice for my first time? You're 18, so I am nobody's mama. I try to encourage you guys to wait it out for as long as possible. But if, the cat calls, like, there's only so much I can say and so much advice I can give on this subject. And you said it yourself, you're scared that you'll regret it. If that's how you're feeling, don't let it just happen because he's coming to spend time with you and you feel like you have to do it now or never. Like, that's never the case. You said he would be patient with you. If he's waited for you this long, it can't hurt for him to wait a little longer. And I totally get that that was my thing. Like, I totally get everything you're saying, because the way you're looking at your situation, that's how I was looking at my situation when I was 16, except for the fact that I gave into that, and now as an adult I regret it. I regret losing my virginity to an extent, but I think I more so regret who I lost my virginity to, despite the fact that we were in a relationship. I just feel like I went through so much hell after that. Like, I went through so much heartbreak and like bullshit and rage. Like, I cut my hair off. Like, that was a very hard part of my life after after we broke up. It was very hard for me to deal, and so I would hate to see any one of my subbies go through something like that, or email me and tell me like, this is the guy I lost my virginity to, broke my heart, now he has a new girlfriend, blah 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 blah. Like, it's not a good feeling, and that is why I encourage you guys to not have sex at young ages. But you're 18, you can make big girl decisions if you want to, but you're thinking exactly how I was thinking. And I was thinking, I was raised as a Christian child, and sex is not supposed to be had between two random folk that are not married. And so you don't know where your relationship is headed. Nobody knows where the relationship is headed. I don't know where my relationship is headed. I know where we want it to head to, but anything can happen. And so even though we've been together for however long, it would still be devastating to me, even though it's not like I lost my virginity to Shooter, but it would be devastating to me for us to break up and for me to come to the realization that this is another guy that I've had sex with that I'm not marrying. Like, I would be pissed. And in fact, I always say this, I'm like, if Shooter and I break up or something happens to me and Shooter, and I end up single again, I am not having sex until I'm married, and that is the bottom line. I'll probably die single because it's hard to find a grown nigga out here that is willing to not have sex unless you're fucking lucky like Sierra and get Russell Wilson's ass, okay? So, so I always say that though. I'm always like, this is my last relationship. Like, if God forbid something were to happen to me and Shooter, I would, one, be pissed, but two, I would definitely not be having sex with anybody else. Like, I'm trying to keep these numbers low as possible. So, I wouldn't want to do that. So I totally get where you're coming from. You don't want to have sex with anybody that's not going to be your husband, which is fair and which I consider right. But if it happens, it happens. But sex should not be planned and it should not feel planned. It should be spontaneous. And so if you're feeling like you guys are... You know what's crazy? If you watch my virginity story, then you know this because I said this. But when it was getting close to me losing my virginity, I had that feeling. And I said to my friend, I'm gonna lose my virginity to him. I felt it. And you're feeling it. So yeah, when he comes to your house, you're probably going to, especially if he's staying over, you're probably going to end up losing your virginity to him. But I just want to tell you this. If it does happen, don't feel like you're a bad person. Don't feel like you shouldn't have done that. Don't feel instant regret, because even if this doesn't turn out to be your husband and you know you're devastated about that, understand one thing: everything you go through in life is either a lesson or a blessing. And so it's 2016. People like to test drive before they purchase, okay? And so I'm comparing cars to women, okay? I know it's apples and oranges, but it's true. Men, women alike, we like to test drive before we marry, and it's wrong. This man that's in your life right now, even though it's only been 11 months, he's been placed in your life for a reason. You're going to either grow with him and it'd be fantastic, and you know you guys end up getting married, or you're going to have a relationship with him and you're going to say you guys don't end up marrying, you guys break up somewhere down the line, whether it's a year from now or 6 years from now. But the point is that whatever it is, all the time that you guys would have spent together, there's going to be a lesson somewhere in there. And so that's why when I look back, even though I say I regret losing my virginity, at the same time, that relationship taught me so much. And so I don't necessarily regret that, because I learned so much and I got to go through that early on in life, and I got to see what kind of guy I don't like. And so that's where you can turn a negative into a positive. Like, it was just it was a learning experience for me, because I did so much too soon. Like, I was doing wifey shit even though I was only 16. Like, nah, you don't do that, because who's gonna buy the cow when they ready to get the milk for free, honey? Nobody, okay? Or is it? No, who gonna buy the milk when they get the cow for free? I don't know. No, who gonna buy the cow when they get the milk for free? Yeah, I think that's it. But yeah, so like I said, if it happens, it happens. Don't beat yourself up about it. Like you heard in this Botox, a lot of people, or in the last Botox, because I'm splitting this up into two, a lot of people have beat themselves up about losing their virginity and feeling guilty. Don't do it, because it's past, and it's going to, you will heal from that. You know, it's not a big deal. So that is it. I do love you all so much. I'm very tired. I'm going to my bed. If you want to participate in Botox, just send me an email to boetalks@gmail.com. It will be in the description box as well as on the screen. And yeah, I will definitely see you in the next one.